with a fresh approach. www.999wefm.com. WeFM News online on demand.
Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Sublime with the win for 6. Down the ground, got away beautifully. 6 more.
Don't miss a run, nor a run out, nor a minute of exciting cricketing action. Score big with TCL at Quartz. Purchase any TCL product for a chance to win. An all expenses paid trip to the CPL finals. So you won't just be cheering from the comfort of your couch. You'll be right there, live, up in the action. Score big with TCL only at Quartz. Authorized dealer of TCL products. Conditions apply. See in-store for details. Quartz, bringing value home.
It's in the air, it'll be 6.
Welcome back to WeFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene. As Vincentians continue to complain of the unsatisfactory service provided by Turks and Caicos-based airline Inter-Caribbean Airways Limited, Prime Minister Dr. Rav Gonsalves has said he is awaiting documents from the Caribbean Development Bank, the CDB, pertaining to the establishment of a new LIAT. The Prime Minister was at the time speaking on WeFM's Issue at Hand program, where he shared the sentiments of others stating that the airline's service has been terrible. We hear more from the Prime Minister.
The service is absolutely terrible. And all what you guys said this morning on the radio about it, I support. It's a terrible service. And just to indicate that I'm awaiting a document from the Caribbean Development Bank, which should have come to me already, for a new LIAT, I suspect as a result of the discussion which I had with the president of the CDB and his team when they came a few weeks ago, I suggested some practical things to them. And I thought their estimate for starting the new airline was a little on the lower side, knowing what we went through when we did the refleeting of LIAT.
Prime Minister Gonsalves said that in the meantime, he has been in talks with the local airline Mustique Airways to increase their service to the nation.
I'm working with Mustique Company for them to they have 5 Twin Otters, 19-seaters. One is being serviced right now. I want to see if we can get them with a little more regular service out of St. Vincent to Barbados, Trinidad, neighboring islands of St. Lucia and the like. And I've actually asked them if they can purchase 3 more to add to the fleet now. And we can, we help to service some of our demand while we get full solutions.
That was the Prime Minister, Dr. Rav Gonsalves. On June 27, 2020, the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda announced that LIAT would be liquidated following a series of unsuccessful months due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The main opposition party, the New Democratic Party, the NDP, has launched a cost of living tracker. The party says the tracker will help persons get a clear sense of the cost of living and how it has been impacting people's lives. According to an official release, the cost of living tracker is made up of the average cost of food stuff across the country. The NDP says it will continue this tracker every quarter to track what an average family spends on food and the impact on family finances. The NDP says that their research shows that the average family spends $180 a week on food. The party says that their cost of living tracker will also track the average weekly shopping for a family in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, noting that this is constructed by taking the average cost across 4 to 6 supermarkets of each food item and then taking the weekly amount. The political party called for urgent action to be taken with regard to the issue, with a call for the government to take a look at a plan outlined by opposition leader Dr. Godwin Friday. Still on the local scene, the board of the Carnival Development Corporation, the CDC, will see the addition of younger members in the future. This is according to Minister of Tourism Carlos James during the CDC's prize-giving ceremony on Monday night. who said that there are current members on the board who are willing to give way to young members to make their contribution to Carnival in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Minister James acknowledged the work already done by the organization and said these new members will continue to build upon that. We hear more from the tourism minister.
We intend to, having said that, strengthen the CDC. Both from, I understand we've had the acknowledgement of some members of the board who have said, well, they have made their contribution and they're willing to look at giving way to a younger set of persons to come on. And I accepted, having had some conversations, I've accepted that yes, we are going to strengthen the CDC even at the board level, so we can have a different type of energy coming. Despite all of the hard work that they've done, we have to improve on what they're doing and to ensure that we have a sharper, a more vibrant and dynamic representation on the board of the CDC.
That was the Minister of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development and Culture, Carlos James. Minister James noted that while the CDC has come under criticism from time to time, it is important that the public supports the CDC as well as stakeholders as they make Vincimas a possibility. Vincimas celebrations were held from June 30th to July 11th, 2023. Next year's celebrations are set to be held from June 28th to July 9th, 2024. On to news in the region. A senior Barbados education official says a national schools safety policy expected to be rolled out from next term in September will seek to address safety and security issues in schools across the island. The school safety policy is expected to generate a greater sense of awareness among our stakeholders so that we clearly outline the roles and responsibilities of each and create this safe school environment, said Barbados' Deputy Chief Education Officer Joy Adamson. She said that when completed, the policy will address 4 key pillars: safety, security, health, and ongoing maintenance. Safety is a full-time job and not a part-time practice, she said, adding that the ministry was currently meeting with stakeholders inclusive of the unions, principal associations, police, and the fire service to ensure that all areas were covered. Adamson noted that they wanted to engender a community approach to safety and further develop a culture of drills at the nursery, primary, and secondary levels in Barbados. Police in St. Kitts and Nevis have laid 6 charges against a man in relation to robbery. The accused, Kayim Kati, 23, of New Road, St. Kitts, was charged with 1 count of robbery, 1 count of possession of a firearm, and 1 count of possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life. The offenses were committed on June 21st, 2023, at a Rams Cash and Carry in Bird Rock, St. Kitts. Kati was also charged with 1 count of robbery, 1 count of possession of a firearm, and 1 count of a firearm with intent to endanger life. The offenses were committed on August 12, 2023, at a Rams supermarket located at Camps St. Kitts. On the international scene, the African Union has suspended Niger from the continental bloc with immediate effect, the latest of a number of sanctions on the West African country since last month's coup. The decision, announced on Tuesday after a meeting of the AU's Peace and Security, comes after several Western countries cut aid to Niger due to a July 26th coup that overthrew President Mohamed Bazoum. Bazoum has been under house arrest since the takeover orchestrated by members of his presidential guard. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, also imposed sanctions and last week agreed on a D-Day to begin a military intervention through an already activated regional strike force. ECOWAS said the use of force would be the last resort after exhausting diplomatic channels for negotiations. On Monday, it rejected a proposal by Niger's military government to hold elections within 3 years. Finally, in sports, Manchester City has agreed to sign Belgium winger Jeremy Doku from Rennes in a deal worth £55.4 million. The 21-year-old has scored 12 goals in 92 appearances for the League One side. Doku is poised to become City's third major signing of the summer after Mateo Kovacic from Chelsea. He was expected to travel to Manchester on Tuesday to undergo a medical before the €65 million transfer is completed. West Ham, Tottenham, and Chelsea were also said to be interested in signing Doku. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WEFM's 3 p.m. News. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of St. Vincent Distillers Limited.
More family fun days are here. It's time for movie marathons, living room camping, sweet treats, and outdoor fun. At Quartz, we have TVs, appliances, outdoor furniture, grills, pools, and everything you need for a family holiday. Shop today with no cash and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. Plus, stay protected for up to 4 years with Super Shield Extended Warranty. Quartz is bringing back the fun days and bringing value home. Offer ends August 23rd, 2023. Special conditions apply.